Imagine having a vision so powerful that it can transform people and organizations, inspire loyalty, and leave a lasting impact. This was the vision that Jesus had, a vision so compelling that it not only inspired his followers, but it reshaped the course of human history. Today, we are going to look at what made Jesus' vision so powerful and how we as leaders can draw from his example to create a compelling vision in our own lives and our leadership. Chapter 18 of Lead Like Jesus Revisited by Ken Blanchard and his co-authors presents a remarkable exploration of what made Jesus' vision unique. They show us that his vision wasn't just another lofty ideal or a goal. It was a life-altering purpose that flowed from his deep connection with God and his love for people. This vision had a clarity and focus that captured those who followed him. Jesus' ultimate purpose was to reveal God's kingdom on earth and to draw people into a loving relationship with their Creator. And regardless of your vocation, he has passed this mission along to you and to me as well. The simplicity of his message is striking. Jesus spoke in parables and metaphors that were easy to understand, and yet they were profound. He often said, "The kingdom of heaven is like," and then he would describe it in a way that helped people grasp what he was trying to accomplish. We call this being story-formed in our approach. His approach teaches us that a compelling vision doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, it's often most effective when it's straightforward yet powerful enough to inspire dedication and easy to understand. As leaders, we should strive to clarify our vision and mission so that it resonates deeply and is easy to understand. But Jesus' vision was also transformational, and yours should be too. It wasn't just about him or even about gathering a crowd. It was about bringing lasting change to people's lives. When he called his disciples, he didn't just say, "Come follow me." He said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." He invited his followers into a life of purpose that went beyond their personal needs and concerns. His vision was about creating a community that would extend God's love to others, inviting people to be part of something greater than themselves. And this becomes the very heart of Christian life coaching, doesn't it? As we help people strive toward the future that they dream of. This approach had a profound effect on his disciples. Jesus empowered them, not only in a spiritual sense, but practically as well, preparing them to carry out his mission even after he was gone. They grew not only in faith, but in leadership, in compassion, and in resilience. They became more than followers. They became leaders in their own right. This shows us that a truly compelling vision doesn't just tell people what to do, it inspires them to grow, to develop, and to see their work as part of a bigger picture. As leaders, we need to ask ourselves, are we inspiring transformation in others, or are we simply seeking their compliance? How can we encourage people to grow and see their work as part of something larger? And we must also ask, am I being transformed? Am I being transformed by his vision for my life? A major aspect of Jesus' vision is his focus on the heart and character. Jesus' leadership was heart-centered, grounded in humility and love. His vision was never about personal gain or self-promotion. It was deeply rooted in the well-being of others. Jesus' vision was to create a kingdom that was about serving, about putting others first, and about living with compassion. He modeled these qualities in every interaction, showing his followers that character matters as much as competence. In fact, it is pretty clear to me that God does not call the qualified. Rather, he qualifies the called. Are you called to this? This is a critical point for us as leaders. In our leadership, we often talk about skills and strategies, but how often do we talk about character? Do we model integrity, compassion, humility? Are we inspiring a culture of integrity in those around us? Jesus' example reminds us that vision isn't just about where we're going. It's about who we're becoming along the way. What made Jesus' vision even more powerful was his willingness to sacrifice for it. He knew that fulfilling his vision would involve suffering, and ultimately, he was willing to lay down his life. This sacrifice was not easy, but it showed his followers the depth of his commitment. Jesus wasn't just interested in becoming popular or fitting into societal expectations. He was dedicated to fulfilling his calling, no matter the cost. In leadership, sacrifice might mean stepping out of our comfort zones, enduring criticism, or facing setbacks. It might mean taking a stand on difficult issues or giving up personal gain to stay true to our vision. We must ask ourselves this too. Are we willing to make sacrifices for our vision? Are we prioritizing purpose over comfort or popularity? Jesus also understood that a vision requires a team or community. He didn't try to accomplish his mission alone. He built a team of disciples who were willing to learn and grow and ultimately carry on his work. Jesus saw each person's unique strengths, and he gave them responsibilities that matched their abilities. He trusted them with his vision, empowering them to make decisions and to take ownership of their part in the mission. And when he sent out his disciples, he wasn't micromanaging or trying to control them. He trusted them to carry out the work in the way that they had learned from him. This is a powerful example for us as leaders. Are we empowering others? Are we recognizing the strengths and the potential in our team members, trusting them with the responsibility? Jesus' approach reminds us that leadership is not about doing everything ourselves. It's about equipping others and allowing them to take ownership of the vision and being patient with them while they learn. Finally, Jesus' vision was built for legacy and sustainability. He wasn't just focused on the immediate future. He invested in his disciples so that they could carry on his work after he was gone. Jesus trained, he taught, and mentored them, preparing them to be leaders who could continue his mission. His vision didn't end with his earthly life. It became a legacy that was endured and has endured for centuries. As leaders, we must think beyond the present. Are you building a vision that can endure beyond your direct involvement? Do we invest in others so that they are prepared to carry on the mission? A sustainable vision, after all, doesn't end with the leader. It inspires future generations to continue the work. Jesus' legacy reminds us that when we invest in others, we create a ripple effect that can go on to impact people long after we're gone. As I conclude here, let's take a moment to reflect. Jesus' vision was not only compelling but timeless. It continues to inspire people thousands of years later. In our own leadership, we can also inspire and guide others if we align ourselves with clear, values-driven vision. But for our vision to be truly compelling, it needs to be rooted in purpose, grounded in character, exciting, risky, and committed to creating a legacy. It will involve risk. It will require endurance through hardships. Today, I encourage you to evaluate your vision. Is it clear? Is it compelling? Does it align with virtues like integrity, humility, and service? Does it excite you? Does it produce joy? Let's commit to building a vision that truly uplifts and empowers those around us, and especially ourselves. When we apply these principles, we have the potential to lead like Jesus, creating a lasting change that will inspire and transform the people's lives that we are influencing as their life coach.